I'm Aaron Loki Johnson for OpenAir. Plume Varia is a Denver-based band that plays hazy, lush dream pop. Their sound has been compared to contemporaries such as Beach House, and they cite the post-punk proto-goth band Bauhaus as an influence. We're joined today in the CPR Performance Studio by husband and wife Sean and Sherry Cobbs, who make up this duo. Welcome, Plume Varia.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Nice to have
Thanks
you
for
here.
having us here.
Real quick, the name Plume Varia. What's the story on that?
You can
What does
take
it
that
mean?
one, Sherry.
All right. So Plume Varia means, like, literally, obviously, a plume is like an explosion, an aftermath, something
Plume
of
of
that
smoke.
nature. Varia means a miscellany of literary terms. So the band name is sort of an explosion of literary terms.
Yeah.
And is it safe to say that your songwriting then is inspired by literature?
It is. I don't like to talk about myself, so I just use other people's work.
yeah.
So you're inspired by books specifically or fictional characters? Where do your songs come from?
Oh, yeah, everything. I think I wrote a song about Breaking Bad, for example, so not necessarily all literature, but I have some odes to Henry Miller and Jack Kerouac and sort of, all the classics.
That's exciting. Well, there's a lot I want to talk to you about, but before we even get into that, I'd love for you to launch right into a song. So let us know what you've got for us, and feel free to set it up.
Yeah, once again, we are Plume Varia, and this song is it's a new one, actually. It's called Home.
Come home, I love you now. I'm done with the road for now. Break apart.
That's Plume Varia in the CPR Performance Studio with the song Home. Now, I may get this wrong, but if Plume Varia means an explosion of literary ephemera, something along those lines, close. You say you're not a self-indulgent songwriter. You don't typically write, personal things too much. What's the inspiration behind that song? Or is that more of a personal one?
That is a personal
Oh,
song.
look at that. Home, we all have one.
It is. Actually, that was after a weekend just on my own in the house, and Sean was out traveling with his other band. So it was kind of an ode to your partner to get back home.
And that leads me to my next question. You are a married couple. How long have you been married?
This is our 19th year.
Yeah, 19 in November. Yeah,
So how did you two meet?
high school.
You're high school sweethearts.
We are high school sweethearts.
Get out of town.
We met in geometry class or something. She was friends with my brother.
We're basically staying together just for spite because
Yeah.
everyone told us it wouldn't last.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll throw them wrong.
Yeah.
So what were you doing in your 20s?
In our 20s, we were doing nothing but raising some kids and working and being kind of broke and stuck at home. And just trudging through. That was our thing. We left, got out of high school and got married right away, had kids right away, started careers right away. And then so our 20s were spent like 40-year-olds, just like working and raising kids and
Watching King
doing
of
all that.
Queens and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of doing nothing. And then, it wasn't until our 30s that we, as your kids get older, have more time to yourself and that stuff. So we picked up instruments. And we had picked up instruments a few times, like earlier than that, but it's that kind of thing where you pick up a guitar and then like learn Mary Had a Little Lamb and then set it down and let it collect some dust. So we picked it up more seriously. I don't know exactly when that was, and this kind of took off from there.
So you're a younger, cool couple and you're already empty nesters.
Exactly.
And now you can focus on music. What are the advantages to being in a two-piece band, to being a husband and wife duo? And are there any advantages to creatively collaborating? Are there any advantages or disadvantages to creatively collaborating with a spouse?
So I was just thinking of this the other day, actually, because we always talk about the benefits because it's great because we can practice at any time. Our studio and all of our gear is in our living room, so those things are really convenient. So if you feel like it, in the middle of the night, you could get up and write some music. But then it has negatives too because, you take each other for granted. You take being in the band together for granted, and you act like jerks sometimes, and you don't feel like practicing, and you get into fights about every aspect of writing and how many shows to do, just all that kind of stuff. So it's conflicting because it's really good, and then sometimes it's not.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like you can let an argument over dishes then bleed into the band world, which normally that wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
Well, everything else you've described, except for the dishes argument, sounds like problems and complaints that bands have typically anyways.
Yeah, sure.
So what's your songwriting process? How do you collaborate? I'm assuming, Sherry, you're chiefly the lyricist. Do you come with songs and then Sean does the arranging, or is it vice versa? How do you guys work together?
So yeah, we've done it kind of both ways, where I've sort of just tooled out something on the keyboard and wrote enough lyrics to get us started, and then Sean often comes in and starts to build the support. So all of the beats and the production that's going to help fulfill the song, and then we add layers upon it after that. But on the other side, Sean's written things and been creating things, beats, and I'll hear them. I'm swapping laundry and I hear something that's really good, and I'll come running up and say, hey, I want to put something on that. So it works both ways, and it's kind of interesting. The outcomes are usually, pretty different, but somehow they both work.
Yeah,
both
it was
processes.
never intentional, but we've kind of struck a balance like 50-50 in that way. Like it seems like it turns out like 50-50s. Half the songs are written where she'll write a full song and then I'll add stuff, and then the other half are written where I'll write some music and then she'll add stuff. And I think it helps to diversify the sound somewhat.
You had another band before this. It was more of an indie folk kind of thing, or a
Yeah, in
bigger
Minnesota.
ensemble?
Yeah, for sure. Days of Ray, we were called.
It was our first band, and it
Yep.
taught us everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So what made you decide to leave? You're from Minneapolis. What made you decide to leave Minneapolis in 2011 and come to Denver?
Day jobs. Yeah, we came here for our work, and work kind of transferred us this way, and we didn't want to, and we were like, oh, I don't want to leave, and knew nothing about Denver. We didn't want to leave our best friends, which were our bandmates, back home. And then, but now, honestly, like, I love it here. Like, just super happy to be in Denver for sure. But yeah, so we told the story a bunch, but we came here and started playing. Sherry and I wanted to jump right into playing. I was like, okay, if we're going to relocate, I want to get right into like playing, so we didn't have like 2 years of doing nothing. So we started playing right away as a duo, playing those songs that from Days of Ray, and got decent response, but like we didn't really end up liking it. It's just it needed our friends, it needed Clint, our drummer, and Ian, our
And we weren't creating,
wizard.
right? So it's just like playing songs that have been around for a while. So that's not very stimulating. So
right.
we had to find a way to be able to keep creating, which is of primary importance.
So you're
Yep.
preserving a band sound without the band members, and then decided to become a two-piece.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when we took some time off, and I at that same time, just as a like personal exploration, I started messing around with MIDI gear and beats and synths and just that world, just on my own, just kind of making darker gothy stuff. And then and at some point Sherry came down and heard something and was like, let me put something on that, and then that's just started from there.
Well, you create a rich and textured world, and I'd love to hear a few more of those
Yeah,
gorgeous dark
thank you.
songs.